So whether you're a broke college student trying to make ends meet or you're trying to make a couple extra bucks on the side, this video I will tell you 6 ways that I myself better manage my money, or try to at least, and to make more money on the side and just be better with my finances, as you know, the economy's kind of not great. Anyway, before we get into it, like the video if you enjoy it, subscribe if you guys are not already, comment down below after you're done watching this, and let's get into it with my first tip, which is going to be pretty obvious, but get a job. Yeah, I know getting a job sucks, like working isn't fun, but if you really got to make ends meet and you're struggling to pay bills, I'd say honestly getting a job is the best thing you can do. Sometimes you gotta buckle down and do things you don't want to do for work, like say work at a grocery store, a fast food chain, a restaurant, whatever. You know, sometimes like work sucks, and you know, it's called work for a reason. But one thing is, if you're struggling with money, just get a job. It's kind of the most simple thing. I know in some people's situations, like say you're going to school, that might be hard to have a full-time job, but even like a part-time job, like at college, you could probably find one on your campus. If you're not going to school or not doing anything, you should probably have a job, or else you're probably a bum. So yeah, I'm just gonna get the obvious one out of the way. Like I said, number 1, get a job. So at number 2, I would consider this one to be the more important over number 1, just because this could be the most troublesome one, which is avoiding debt. I know sometimes debt can be necessary, say like you're buying a house, or you know, you're going to college and you can't afford to actually go there out of pocket, which I understand. But at the same time, student loan debts, housing mortgages, and credit cards could definitely hold you back in life. And one thing is, I've been trying to avoid debt. I haven't had to make any student loans as of yet, and I really hope I don't. And I just recommend avoiding debt as much as possible, as that's something that can really hold you back in life. And honestly, not having debt like in school sets you ahead of a lot of people, as you could probably point at someone and they might have anywhere from $20,000 to like $100,000 in student debt that they probably won't pay off till they're like 30 or 40, which honestly is crazy to think about. I'd say just avoiding debt, like I'd say credit cards. I'm not saying I'm for or against them, but just do your research before you take out a loan or get a credit card, especially a credit card, and just be careful how you use it. Like, don't spend more than you have, and just, yeah, leverage borrowing money smartly, and just, yeah, don't make any dumb mistakes with borrowing money and putting yourself in a hole that either you can't climb out of or dig yourself out of, or that will take you a long time too. So number 3, I have save money. I know this is another like cliche, kind of obvious one, but it is really true. Let's say you get a $500 paycheck at the end of the week. I know, kind of small, but we're just using broad numbers here. And let's say you save 10% of that, which is 50 bucks. I know 50 bucks in the grand scheme of things, isn't going to save you anything or be that much. You know, if your car breaks down, 50 bucks isn't going to cover it. But this $50, if you put away every week, hypothetically, you'll be saving. If you put away $50 every week from your $500 check, which is 10%, you would have $2,600 by the end of the year, which is pretty good. That's some decent money. I'm not saying you need to put $50 in every paycheck or every week, but just put some money aside so you have that savings or that little cushion. Because honestly, if I didn't do that, I wish I did it more in high school, but if I didn't, I honestly would not be able to afford, say, things like my first semester of college, my car, and other expenses that with a savings account that I've had has definitely helped me. I also find that having like a savings account, it helps you from spending a lot of money, which I'll get into in a second. So having both a checking and a savings account can really help you, as putting money in savings, you don't really want to spend it, but checking, when you see like over 3, 4, even 5 digits in there, you might want to spend it. I'd also say looking into investments as savings, such as the stock market or a Roth IRA, maybe even crypto. I won't get into that. Do your own research before you get into crypto. That's not on me. Anyway, just make sure to put money away and to have a little cushion just in case things go wrong. All right, so at number 4, I have spend less. I know this is another really cliche one. This video is kind of going to be obvious, but these are things that people just really don't talk about as much as they probably should. And I would say also know where your money is going that you are spending. Like, I'm not saying spending money, like any money, is bad. You should enjoy the money you have and not like be super fed up or worried about,
oh, I don't have this, or I need to save every single penny.
Unless you're a penny pincher, you should enjoy what you have and enjoy the money like you earned it. But at the same time, be careful on what you're spending and what you're buying. Like, one thing that definitely gets a lot of people is subscription services and streaming services, such as Spotify, Apple Music, Disney Plus, Hulu, HBO Max, etc. I could go on. A lot of these services you probably either rarely or even don't use, and you're spending money, say like $10, $15, even $20 a month on these, when yet you're not using them. I'm not saying these services are bad. Honestly, if I had the free money, I'd be balling and having all of them. But at the same time, if you're really, tight on money, why are you spending money on things such as Spotify, Apple Music, and all this stuff? Me, myself, I use Apple Music all the time. So to me, it's justified because I use it. Where something like Disney Plus, which I wish I still had, got those new Star Wars and Marvel shows out. But at the same time, I don't really have the time to watch TV and movies as much as I'd like to. And I don't want to pay $10, $15 a month for a service that I don't use that much, that also has a decent amount of price increases every year. So I'd just be cautious of what you're spending your money on, and even things like that you don't need, such as other if you have hobbies such as collecting things, yeah, it's cool, and I'm not saying don't have hobbies like that. I just be careful how much you're spending on things that probably aren't really necessary for you unless you have the money unless you have disposable income for stuff like that. I would not recommend throwing that money away. It's better to build your savings cushion before you spend money on, say, a $500 Lego set that probably has something cool in it. I'm just using that as an example because why not? So yeah, just try to spend less. Sometimes living below your means is a great way to get you ahead in life. So at number 5 here, we're actually getting into some less cliche tips, is selling things / flipping things. Majority of people probably have stuff lying around in their house or in their rooms that they either do not use or don't really care about anymore. And I'd say honestly, trying to get rid of those things will both help you clear out space in your house and also make you some extra cash. Like, for example, if you are a fan of this channel, you may know over the years I've started to sell things on eBay and also Facebook Marketplace. And recently I just sold this. It's an amiibo. I think it's Terry. I don't remember what game he's from. Anyway, I have a few of these, and this one just sold yesterday. I gotta ship it out, but that's not the point. Basically, just trying to get rid of things you either don't need or don't use anymore can really help you build up your finances, build up some extra money, get some more space in your house. And also, if you're selling it to someone, most likely that person will probably find enjoyment from such things, such as whoever bought this will probably find enjoyment from this amiibo more than I will, as it just kind of collects dust. The other thing too with selling things is if you're really in a pinch, you can sell things you have that maybe you don't need but also like say here, I have this Spider-Man PS5 controller, that is pretty rare, and I think honestly, even without the box and the case, I could sell it for more than what I paid for it. Will I do that? Probably not, as it's something I like. But if I was really in a pinch, I could sell it and make some money on it. So I'd say just try to sell things that either you don't really care about anymore first before you get into the things you like. I'd also say looking at places like Facebook Marketplace and other things online to find deals, especially if you know something, say about cars or in this case video games. You could either buy stuff for cheap and try to sell them online to make a profit. I do your research before you just start buying things and trying to flip them, as you're probably going to put more time and effort and maybe even money into these things when it may not be worth it to you. So at number 6, I have side hustles, which I know everyone's got side hustles. They're balling, they're hustling, you got dough. But on a serious note, I'd say either having a side job, a secondary job, or something you're working towards, say either things such as, for me, this YouTube channel, or just say on campus you work a concession job or something like that, or you and your buddy maybe do moving gigs on the weekend or something. Just something that isn't a consistent job, but something that helps make you money on the side. A good idea for this, even though I personally haven't done it, so I don't know any tips or tricks on it, are things such as DoorDash, and you can even say selling things online like eBay. But I'd say something that most people could probably get into, and especially if you're in a bigger area, DoorDash, Uber Eats, and all those gig sites or apps could probably be a good way to make some money. I wouldn't rely on it for a steady income, or do your own research before you get into apps like that though, just because you probably aren't going to make as much as you would hope to or like to. But yeah, you could make some decent money on the side just from, say, driving for an hour, half hour, and maybe make 20, anywhere like 15, 20, 30 bucks. I'm not saying you will make that. I'm saying you could. Might be worth a shot for you if you have the time or the whatever to do something like that. So before I close out this video, I have one more final bonus tip for you guys, which is acquiring new skills. Even though this probably won't make you money in the short term, or honestly it might cost you money in the short term, acquiring new skills such as learning a trade or doing some other things that could build your skill sets, such as learning, I don't know, Microsoft Office, or trying to become a personal trainer, or whatever. Just honestly anything that could help build your skill set in something that, like, hey, I know Joe, he knows how to do this thing. That could honestly really help you in the future with landing new jobs, or just being someone that knows how to do something could help you in the long term, either saving money. Say, oh, your kid, after he was raging at Fortnite, punched a hole in your wall, and since you did drywall back in your earlier days or some construction, you know how to fix the drywall patch. Stuff like that could honestly help you save money, time, and even make you money in the future if you know these skills, know how to leverage them and use them to your advantage. And also say just trying to learn and build your skill set, and just the amount of things you can do can really help you in many ways in life, honestly. And with that, this is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was something a little different from what I usually make. If you're someone who watches this channel consistently, I don't usually just sit down and list off things or like tips and tricks or how to be better with stuff, which I kind of want to make more videos like this, see how they go. And yeah, if you guys liked it, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you guys are not already. Trying to hit 250 by the end of the year, and your support would mean a lot to me. Comment down below your thoughts or any suggestions for future videos, or just whatever. Make sure to follow the Instagram, Joe Whedon, linked in the description as always. And yeah, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Adios. Peace out. If I don't see you in the next one, I'm going to be mad. Watch whatever's here, and bye.